starting to see aspects of her father and his insecurity, because I get the vibe, and actually now that I remember she was suing her dad for some reason. I can't remember what it was, but she's starting to see aspects of her father in her partners, particularly in him, that she doesn't. Hi everyone, welcome back to No Light Time. My name is Hallie, so grateful to have you all. Let's get into this reading. I'm really excited to be doing this. I'm doing a couples update for 2 couples. Some of you have been requesting this. If you want to request a video that I will automatically become a member, unless it goes against my guidelines, unless I've done a personal reading on the celebrity, because I have celebrity clients, so forth, and if I've done like if I know them via something or whatever, so just putting that out there. So let's get into this reading. I'm really excited to be doing this. I'm doing 2 couples. First couple is Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. I'm using my Star Child Tarot for this. Beautiful deck. I pre-shuffle the cards, and yeah, let's get right into it. So the bottom of the deck, I get Queen of Wands. So, I have said this before many times. I stopped doing readings on them because she was pregnant, and I restarted because I don't do readings on pregnant people. But I did see that I don't see them being together I see them being together, but and maybe I see this differently because I'm a child of divorce, but I also feel, and it's, divorce can affect kids, if it's not handled correctly or handled with care. But I also feel like there's no point in forcing people to be together, because I've also grown up with families, or grown up with my friends' families whose parents were miserable, very miserable, and it had an effect on them, so it really is about whatever situation the parents are in, really making sure that the children are okay and that they're taken care of, if they have good role models, and they're checked in on. That's more important than needing to have 2 parents in a household, so forth and so forth. So I don't see them staying together for a long time, because I see him having a very jealous streak. She's a sun in Pisces, his sun in Libra, and she likes to kind of be a free spirit. I think she's kind of had to conform herself recently because she wanted kids, and she wanted to kind of settle down. And I think a lot of the feedback she's gotten from exes has been, you're too wild, you party too much. And that can really start to get to women, especially when we get a certain age. She is a year older than I am, so she's 36, right? She's born 1988. And hearing that feedback, I think she's been like, okay, I need to really settle down, especially being a CEO of Fenty. Now I believe she stepped down, but creating Fenty, I love Fenty, and just doing different things. I think she's had to, and maturing too, but she's definitely had to change a lot, So with that being said, I think her spirit, her soul is free-spirited, and that really irks a lot of men that she is with, particularly him, because I say this about some Libras I've dated. They can have a very jealous spirit, and their jealousy is what's the word I'm looking for? They let their jealousy be known, whether it's by cheating, whether it's by telling the person, whether it's by acting out. They will let their jealousy be known because they feel like the other person has done it to them. That's been my experience with the Libras that I've dated. So with Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck, I see her doing a lot of things. I see possibly directing a music video for somebody. I see that happening, and just being very creative. She's very creative, which is Sun and Pisces tend to be very creative and exploring herself, exploring her options, but him feeling very insecure. 4 of Swords, very insecure, and this is creating distance between them. She doesn't like insecurity. She's starting to see, and I did say this in my last video of them, she's starting to see aspects of her father and his insecurity, because I get the vibe, and actually now that I remember she was suing her dad for some reason. I can't remember what it was, but she's starting to see aspects of her father in her partners, particularly in him, that she doesn't like. And it's the quick jealousy. He's very quick to react to situations, which she found very endearing at first, because she was like, finally, somebody's honest with me, somebody's real with me, somebody, she's very used to being a beautiful woman. She's very used to guys hiding themselves and putting on a facade and then having them be something else. But she's saying here, like, when you overcorrect, we've all done that, and I'll give you an example of it. 5 years ago, when I turned 30, I felt like I had societal pressure to have kids, to settle down. So I, at the time, was dating 2 men, and one of them lived in another state. The other one was a famous musician, and I felt the pressure to settle down, and I was being, I don't want to sound boastful, but the musician was chasing me a lot. He was being very forward with me. He wrote me songs that I'm still grateful for today. They were very sweet. But my heart was with this other guy who lived in another state, because we'd known each other for a long time. We've been friends, and I wanted him to be the one for me, So, with that being said, I wanted him to be the one for me, but he just wasn't. He's being very wishy-washy. One day he would say he's moving closer to me, the next day he would say he wasn't. And that insecurity made me feel insecure, and it made me choose the man that was saying everything that I wanted to hear. So I'm telling that story because I think sometimes, and this is what I think happened with her eggs, woman, when we get to a certain age, we start to feel like, oh my gosh, I need to have kids. If I don't have kids right now, I am going to die. I'm going to be old. I'm going to be this. I'm going to regret it. And because of that, I think she settled, and she put up with things that she wouldn't normally if she were her former, who I believe still is, deep down, free-spirited self. So the 7 of Wands and 6 of Crystals, I see her, 7 of Wands is dreaming, acting on her dreams. I see her starting to, like I said, I see her drawing to being more creative and connecting with that inner free spirit of hers that he's not going to like. He's not going to like it at all, and it's really going to set him into a frenzy, because he's going to feel like he's losing her. Let's see. Yeah, he's going to feel like he's losing her, and it's going to, Queen of Cups, make her mature and like kind of leave him in the dust, So that's what I have for you all regarding Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. I do love to hear what to say. Any opinions about it are much appreciated. Let's move on to Chris Evans and Alba Baptista. So Portuguese woman that he's married to. I saw them, the energy that I picked up on before, I saw them not working out. Not that I want it to be like that, but I just pick up energy. So let's see. Recently, we'll see the update on them. Okay, I'm using the Muse Tarot deck. Bottom of the deck, Temperance. So I see here, I just get the energy of lots of fighting. I think I picked this up before. I think, and I have been to Portugal. I don't want to say when and how and so forth, because part of my life I like to leave kind of a mystery. But I have been to Portugal, and something about Portuguese culture, Latin culture is very passionate, and I feel like English speaking people are not that passionate. The UK, America, USA, Canada, not very passionate people in general. And I think culturally it's the clashing, because I see her being very like, she wants to be like fiery in arguments, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna walk away from this, King of Wands, I'm gonna walk away from the situation, I'm gonna do my own thing, and I'll come back. And it kind of reminds me of my ex. I've dated a few Italian, not a few, like 2 or 3 Italian men, and I've had long-term relationships with them actually. And the biggest cultural difference is that, you know, I grew up, although I grew up in South Africa mostly, you know, I had a lot of British influence, and British culture is very quiet, you know, very cold. You don't really talk about African culture too. You don't really talk about your problems in public. You know, the public is like a facade. You have your personal person as the public person, and then you have your private person as a public person, which is very different to Mediterranean culture, Latin culture. It's very like they wear their heart on their sleeves, you know. And something culturally that I would see with my exes from Italy is that they're very like, it is like this, you know, and they would like want to fight like in public, and I was like, let's leave this for home. I don't want to fight in public, you know. I've changed since then. Not like in a big way. I just don't necessarily, living in America, dealing with different cultures, I haven't really held on to that. I feel like I've changed, where now I'm like, okay, if you want to fight, I wouldn't necessarily fight, but I'm going to tell you how I feel. And because they have this huge cultural difference, they kind of feel isolated with one another. And I did say that I don't see them staying together that much longer. I do see us hearing about a divorce, unfortunately, very soon, because I think that they jumped into it very fast, you know. I think him also too fast. He's a Sun in Gemini. Sun in Geminis can be very impulsive. In fact, a lot of Sun in Geminis I know get married quickly, and the marriage ends quickly too. Unfortunately, I've seen that a lot with Sun in Geminis. 10 of Wands, not a good sign. Knight of Wands, Hierophant. So I see them announcing a divorce very soon, and the divorce is going to take quite some time. There's a lot of ego is going to come into it. She's going to want him back. He's not going to want her back. That kind of energy. It's going to be a very friction. It's going to affect his public image a lot. Because she's going to claim certain things happened, and that's, you know, between them. I don't really want to get too much into it, but she's going to claim certain things happen, and he's going to have a difficult time. Well, he will clear his name. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of money. That's why you have to be so careful. This is why I haven't been married yet. I've been engaged twice. I haven't been married yet, because the person I marry, how long ever that takes, I want that person to be on my side, you know, and I want them to have dealt with their own demons like I have, and I'm still working on that, you know. But you meet a lot of people, and I was like this too before I went to therapy consistently and meditated and healed and went to yoga. You meet a lot of people that their demons are just ready to come out, you know. And like I said, I was like that too until I learned to deal with myself. I had no idea how to deal with others, and seems to me Alba gives me that energy that she hasn't learned how to deal with herself, and she doesn't her demons are just ready to come out, and we all have demons. Trauma creates demons, but her demons are affecting the relationship, and they're going to affect the divorce process too. So that's what I have for you guys. I love you all. I would love to have to say, I always do. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.